This pop star has 10 Grammys, 3 Brit Awards, and an Oscar nomination to his name. Now, after 6 years, he's back with new music. Here performing Selfish.
When social media exploded with news of an arrest, millions of fans refused to believe it. The pop star had spent decades building a squeaky clean image, beloved by generations. But this time,
A historic night, we're here in Studio 8H.
I mean, yeah, just think of all the amazing sketches.
the rumors were different. They came with mugshots, police reports, and a story so unexpected it sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. The truth behind this arrest had everyone talking.
I'm glad you're enjoying our store already. I am Parvis. How may I help you?
I have a special...
And what really happened that night might surprise you even more. It was just after midnight on June 18, 2024, when a police officer in Sag Harbor spotted something unusual. A grey BMW was weaving across the road, drifting out of its lane. The vehicle rolled through a stop sign without hesitation.
This weekend, that's exciting. I mean, I've known you for a while.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we worked on a Canadian soap opera?
For the officer watching, it was enough to pull the car over. What happened next would dominate headlines for weeks. Behind the wheel sat Justin Timberlake, one of the biggest names in pop music. The officer immediately noticed signs of impairment. Timberlake's eyes were bloodshot and glassy. A strong smell of alcohol hung in the air. When asked to step out of the vehicle, he appeared unsteady on his feet. The night was about to take a turn that no one, least of all the former boy band star, could have predicted.
To sit down because I actually prepared a speech for this, and I can't see the teleprompter if you don't sit down.
The officer requested field sobriety tests, walk in a straight line, stand on one leg. Simple exercises that proved anything but simple for the 43-year-old singer. He performed poorly on every single test. When questioned about his condition, Timberlake offered a straightforward response. He claimed he had consumed just one martini and was following friends home from the American hotel, but the physical evidence told a different story. What made the encounter even more surreal
On the phone and asking him if he thought we could do 5 or 6 Crimea Rivers. And so it's a lofty challenge, but, you know, Timbaland's the type of producer that...
was what Timberlake allegedly said during the arrest. Sources told reporters that as officers prepared to take him into custody, he expressed concern about his career. He reportedly told the officer that this incident was going to ruin his tour. The young cop's response became legendary.
So I kind of thought to myself, what better way to get involved with the foundation and something that...
He didn't even recognize the celebrity standing before him. When Timberlake mentioned his world tour, the officer simply asked what tour he was talking about. The internet erupted when the news broke hours later. Hashtags trended worldwide. Memes flooded every platform. For many fans, the shock came not just from the arrest itself, but from who was involved. Timberlake had cultivated an image of wellness and discipline. He embraced plant-based eating, maintained an intense fitness routine.
It's a screenplay, I think, you know, enough cannot be said about not to embarrass Aaron, but how well and dazzling the whole...
And spoke openly about therapy and mindfulness. This arrest clashed violently with everything the public thought they knew about him. Social media reactions split into distinct camps. Some defended the singer, calling for compassion and understanding. Others expressed disappointment and anger, pointing to his history of controversies. Many fans simply couldn't process the news. Timberlake rarely found himself at the center of legal trouble, making this arrest hit differently than scandals involving more controversy-prone celebrities. The arrest report painted a detailed picture of that early morning encounter. Timberlake was charged with driving while intoxicated, a misdemeanor that carried serious consequences. He was transported to the Sag Harbor police station, where his now infamous mugshot was taken. The photo showed a visibly tired man with bloodshot eyes staring into the camera. Within hours, that image
Constantly want to tweak what you have and you know, if it was all done the day before, I'd probably show up the day of and figure out something.
Circulated across every corner of the internet. At 9:30 that morning, Timberlake appeared for his arraignment at Sag Harbor Village Justice Court. He was released on his own recognizance, meaning no bail was required. A court date was set for July 26th, the same day he was scheduled to perform in Poland as part of his Forget Tomorrow World Tour. The timing couldn't have been worse. The arrest came at a particularly vulnerable moment in Timberlake's career. He had just released his 6th solo album, his first in 6 years. The record received a lukewarm critical and commercial response. He embarked on a world tour, hoping to reconnect with fans and rebuild his reputation after years of damaging headlines. Now,
as it pertains to that specific song, I'd never written a song under that type of pretense,
Right.
where it's specific to a.
this DWI arrest threatened to derail everything. What fans found most surprising was how this incident contrasted with Timberlake's public persona. For years, he positioned himself as health-conscious and responsible. He invested in wellness brands. He spoke about the importance of mental clarity and physical fitness. He presented himself as a family man devoted to his wife.
Watching the show and what he did was he brought such intimacy to the whole experience. You really feel like you're seeing just a concert and all its workings.
Actress Jessica Biel and their children. The arrest shattered that carefully constructed image in a single night. 3 days after the arrest, Timberlake appeared on stage in Chicago for the first time since the incident. The crowd at the United Center watched as he addressed what had happened. His words were measured and brief. He told fans it had been a tough week. He acknowledged being hard to love sometimes, but thanked his supporters for standing by him. He said they had all been through ups and downs together. The crowd erupted in cheers, showing that many fans remained loyal despite the controversy. Behind the scenes, Timberlake's legal team went to work. His attorney released a statement expressing confidence in fighting the charges.
Put this on Instagram so y'all make. When I point the camera to you, make a ton of noise, okay? Okay?
They promised a vigorous defense and indicated Timberlake would have much to say at the appropriate time. For now, they were waiting for full discovery from the district attorney's office. The legal strategy was taking shape. The cultural reaction to the arrest revealed something deeper about celebrity and accountability. Many commenters noted that Timberlake seemed to receive more criticism for this DWI than he had for past controversies. Some pointed to the infamous Super Bowl incident with Janet Jackson, where he faced minimal consequences while her career suffered tremendously. Others referenced his treatment of Britney Spears after their breakup and allegations in her memoir. The DWI became a lightning rod for years of accumulated resentment. Memes dominated social media for weeks. Users turned Timberlake's alleged comment about ruining his tour into a catchphrase applied to everyday inconveniences. The mugshot was endlessly photoshopped and reimagined. Fans of Britney Spears worked to push her song Criminal back onto the charts as a pointed commentary. The internet's response mixed humor with genuine critique of celebrity privilege and accountability.
Challenge, but you know, Timbaland's the type of producer that when you call him and say that, it challenges him. He doesn't back down from that, and that's something that I knew.
As summer progressed, Timberlake continued his tour across North America and Europe. Shows went on as scheduled, reviews remained positive, with critics praising his showmanship and precision. But the arrest cast a shadow over every performance. Media coverage inevitably mentioned the incident. Interviewers wanted to know how he was processing what happened. The story refused to fade away. On September 13, 2002, Timberlake returned to Sag Harbor Village Court to resolve the case. He accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to a lesser charge of driving while ability impaired. The sentencing included a $500 fine plus surcharges. He was ordered to complete between 205 and 40 hours of community service within a year. He also agreed to make a public safety announcement about the dangers of drinking and driving. After the hearing, Timberlake addressed the media. He urged the public not to drink and drive, emphasizing that even one drink made it unsafe to get behind the wheel. He admitted he didn't live up to the standards he tried to hold for himself. He expressed gratitude for the opportunity to move forward and use his platform to help others make better decisions. His words sounded sincere, though skeptics questioned whether the message would resonate beyond the legal requirement. The district attorney's office released a statement following the plea. They noted that Timberlake received the same treatment as any other defendant. Justice, they emphasized, should be applied equally regardless of wealth or celebrity status. They highlighted the serious nature of impaired driving.
The screenplay, and like Aaron said, it should also be noted that we were working with a masterful filmmaker. Cannot be said about what.
And the threat it poses to innocent people. In an era of ride-sharing apps and public transit, they argued there was no excuse for getting behind the wheel while impaired. The arrest and its aftermath raised important questions about celebrity accountability. When a public figure makes a mistake, what level of consequence is appropriate?
You're talking like Coneheads, Gumby, Jane, you ignorant slut.
Buckwheat, Stefan.
Timberlake faced legal penalties, community service, and a damaged reputation. Some argued this was sufficient. Others felt celebrities often escaped serious consequences that ordinary people would face. The debate highlighted ongoing tensions about privilege and justice in American society. For fans, the incident forced a reckoning with who Timberlake really was versus who they wanted him to be. The clean-cut image had cracks long before the arrest. Past controversies involving women in his life had already tarnished his reputation, but many fans chose to overlook those issues or never learned about them in detail. The DWI was different. It was impossible to ignore. It demanded a response. What made this story particularly compelling was how it unfolded in real time. From the initial arrest to the viral mugshot, to the court appearances to the guilty plea, every step was documented and dissected. Social media accelerated the cycle, turning each development into instant commentary. Timberlake couldn't control the narrative the way celebrities once could. The truth emerged whether he wanted it to or not. The incident also sparked broader conversations about drinking and driving. Public health advocates used Timberlake's case to highlight the ongoing danger of impaired driving. Despite decades of awareness campaigns, thousands of people still make the same choice every year. Some die, others kill innocent victims. The celebrity arrest brought renewed attention to an issue that affects communities nationwide.
I can't take any of this seriously. In about an hour, this will all probably start to break down and it'll be gone by the end of the day. We're just at a theater, it's just dressed up. You've seen The Wizard of Oz.
That's right.
You know what this is all about.
Months after the arrest, Timberlake continued performing and fulfilling his legal obligations. His career survived, though perhaps not unscathed. The tour proceeded. New projects were announced. Life moved forward. But the arrest remained part of his story, a permanent mark on his public record. Whether it would define his legacy or become a footnote depended on what came next. The truth behind the arrest turned out to be both simple and complex. Simple in that Timberlake made a poor decision to drive.
It's going for 3 months because it's a grind. It really is a grind. You're on a bus every night. You're traveling, every day. And if you're not doing that, then you're on stage,
After drinking. Complex in how that decision intersected with celebrity, accountability, privilege, and public perception. The rumors that initially stunned fans were confirmed by police reports and court proceedings. There was no conspiracy, no elaborate hoax, just a famous person making a mistake with very public consequences. For those who followed the story from beginning to end, several lessons emerged. Fame doesn't exempt anyone from the law. Public images are often carefully constructed and rarely tell the whole story. Social media, and perhaps most importantly, the choices we make, especially regarding safety, matter for everyone regardless of status. The arrest may have shocked fans initially, but the truth was straightforward. A celebrity drove while impaired, got caught, and faced consequences. What made it newsworthy was who was involved and how it contradicted his public persona. What made it significant was what it revealed about celebrity culture. accountability, and the ongoing challenge of impaired driving. The stunned reaction eventually gave way to a more nuanced understanding of both the incident and the person at its center.